So sometimes no agenda is a really good agenda to have, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a very misunderstood thing because people look at that, they read the book or they see all this and they go, oh my God, that's so structured, that's so engineered, that's so overly structured. Then they meet me or they meet our team or whatever, and they go, God, you're nothing like what we thought you'd be. They thought you're
Right.
going to be a type A, buttoned down, tight ass
You're
kind
not
of
making me feel
guy.
guilty for not closing more
But
tasks.
see, no, but see, I love that whole idea of spontaneity and being open to the serendipity of the universe. To me, is where a lot of the cool stuff shows up. That's why I came up with GTD and why it's so powerful. It gives me the ability to do that and stay that way.
I'm Ranjor, and this is Remake, a podcast about design, systems, and society. In each episode, I talk to someone who's trying to change our lives for the better in some meaningful way, whether through a new product, new venture, or a new way of looking at the world. And I try to understand how they came to it, what makes them tick, and what we can learn from them.
David Allen is one of the world's most influential thinkers on productivity and a massive influence on myself and many of my friends around the world. His 35-year experience as a management consultant and executive coach have earned him worldwide recognition, and his best-selling book, the groundbreaking Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity, has sold millions of copies and been published in 30 languages. The GTD methodology it describes has become a global phenomenon, being taught by training companies in more than 90 countries. In this conversation, we discuss David's journey from a kid who liked to perform elaborate magic tricks to a spiritual seeker in the 60s at Berkeley, to one of the world's most influential thinkers on personal and business productivity. We also discuss how GTD was designed and created, what can be termed the more spiritual aspects of GTD, some misunderstood aspects of his message, and many other topics in productivity and life. As I told David, I read his books very early on in my career, and they've helped me stay on top of my very first adult job and have been part of my toolkit ever since. It's really quite impossible to separate my success in my career from the fact that I could always stay on top of work projects without falling apart or stressing out too much. If you find yourself overwhelmed by all of your commitments, I think you might find this conversation and David's work in general very valuable. And if you are a fan of GTD, like so many millions of others, I think you'll find some unexplored topics here and perhaps some extra motivation to get back on the GTD horse. So let's jump right in with David Allen.
All right. I'm sitting here across the screen from David Allen. David, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Aaron. Thanks for the invitation.